really just taught us how to be good women, how to be good mothers, how to Hey girl, hey. So welcome back to my YouTube channel, Black Modesty. And if you're new here, girl, go ahead and subscribe, like, and comment. But if you're a returning girl, where you been at? I missed you, girl. Like, we need to talk more, okay? So today's topic is gonna be a little different for you guys and different for me, but this is a conversation I'm comfortable with having. I feel like this kind of topic is true to who I am. So I hope you guys can reflect on some of the things I'm talking about, because these are some things we want to take with us into 2023, you know, for being a better woman, a better wife, a better mother to our children. I just feel like these are some of the criterias if we're really trying to make a change with our mindset. These are some of the things that we need to take into consideration, holding ourselves accountable with everything I'm saying today, y'all. I hope you stay to the end because I have a great message at the end. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm not trying to chit chat y'all and bore y'all too much, so come on. And so today we're gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna do my makeup. I already started, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish on camera because I was like, you know what, girl, let's go ahead and get in some little conversation about the new year, honey. So for 2023, these are some things that I feel like as women, especially women that want to get closer to the Most High, and women that want to become a better woman, you know. And when I say a better woman, I mean like a better woman not only to yourself, but also to your mate. And if you don't have a mate, to the man or to the future man that you're wanting to attract, you know. So first of all, you know, as women, I feel like, let's just go ahead and be real. We have a problem with authority. I'm going to say it in case y'all don't want to say it, because it's just the truth. A lot of times, we don't like to be told what to do. And I can only say this because I'm a woman, okay? A lot of times, we don't want to be told what to do because we just feel like we know everything. And that really be like what be hindering us a lot of the times, because we do feel like we do know everything. It's a lot of times we feel like we can't be told something. But as women, we also have to remember that there's always room to know more. There's always room for fixing certain things, you know? And for us, we take when someone tells us that as offensive. What? Second thing, we don't like to be told what to do. I know I do. For the longest, when people would try to, I'm gonna use me for an example. When my husband would try to correct me, I would feel like, you know, he's trying to change me. And that's the first thing that goes in our minds. It's like, you don't like how I am. You don't like what I'm bringing to the table. Why are you trying to change me? Like, why are you trying to make me somebody I'm not? But it's not necessarily that someone's trying to change you. They may see something in you that you may not be able to identify, because, you know, when you are in a certain element so long, you can't tell whether the element is good or bad for you anymore. So that's a thing that I had to kind of like come to a realization. It's not that they might be trying to change you. It's something, a characteristic about you that is making a flaw within. Well, let me say a flaw. Yeah, a flaw. Because you know something, I'm gonna use this as an example. People that's on drugs, they don't think that that's a problem, even though it could cause them not to get a job. They might not feel like that's a problem because that's their regular state. But that's also an addiction. That's also a problem that they may have. So I use that as a reference because that's something that I think everyone should be able to identify with. So I just feel like when it comes down to, you know, taking authority, we look at it as you're trying to change me or you're trying to make me someone I'm not, when it's not always just necessarily the case, you know. Sooner we understand that as women, especially if you want to be a better woman to the man or the future man you're trying to attract, a righteous man, let me make sure I clarify that, because you have to be very specific, a righteous man of God. You might want to learn to be quiet. All right. Now, let me say this. Everything I'm talking about are things that I've also experienced or things I still battle with, you know. And it's not much, but, you know, those things are still there. I'm sure, you know, when we get in our feelings, we have a hard time in listening. When you don't listen, it's hard to tell you stuff, you know. And don't nobody want to sit here and argue with you all day, girl. Be quiet and listen, okay? Just be quiet, sis. The third thing I want to talk about is understanding that you have to let your authority go. And that also goes with realizing you're not in charge, you know. once we let that authority go, and when I say authority, let me give you an example. Once we realize that we don't really have the authority over a man as we thought we did, because at the end of the day, a man, let me tell y'all what I'm doing. So I don't really like to put concealer on my forehead, but I do like to put the translucent powder on my forehead to kind of give it that illusion, because I don't really have too much forehead to work with, to be real with y'all. But let me continue. So what number am I on? The next thing, I'm gonna just say the next thing because I don't remember at this one. So the next thing is, like I said, let your authority go, because the sooner you realize that you're not in charge, sis, the easier it'll be to let that authority go. And when I say authority, what I'm saying is understanding that we can't tell a man what to do. It's a lot of times we want to sit here and tell that man that, you know, he needs to do better, or he needs to do this, or he needs to do that. Or if you experience something of the nature of you want him to change his ways, girl, you don't have authority over that man. You can't tell him to change and he changed. What they say, a man gonna be a man, and a man gonna grow up when he want to grow up. So same way it go for that kind of man that ain't ready to be with a woman, it's the same way with a man of God. You know, you can't have authority over him, because a man don't want to be with another man. Let's be real. I talk about this all the time with my best friend. Like, a man don't want to be with another man. Calm down, girl. Calm down. I'm just going in with my bronzer, Anastasia Beverly Hills, because I don't really like to always use a bronzer, like a concealer, a darker concealer. This bronzer is like really, really pigmented, so I just go ahead and go in with this. And this is just my like soft look, y'all. Like, if I were to just try to go out real quick, this is a look I would do. I wouldn't just deck it all out every day. So, but anyways, back to the topic, y'all, because I don't want to get off topic. Yeah, you can't tell that man what to do and think he gonna do it. A man gonna be a man, and that's the same way with a righteous man. You can't tell a righteous man what to do. Girl, he not trying to listen to you. He is not trying to listen to you. He's trying to lead you, and he can't lead you if you sit here arguing with him. And that goes back to the other rule. Girl, be quiet and listen, okay? Be quiet and listen. I'm telling you, the moment you be quiet and you start listening, the easier things will get. The moment you realize I'm not in charge, because the Most High did not design for me to be in charge. Because remember, you are not over a man. Eve was not, Adam wasn't made for Eve. Eve was made for Adam. So with that being said, when you realize you don't have that authority, everything else will fall in place. I'm telling you from testimony, honey. So let's move on, because I don't want y'all to get, I don't want to get off topic, and I don't want this to be like a long video either. The next thing I want to talk about is having patience. Y'all, this is something I still struggle with today, is having patience. But hopefully in 2023, your girl gets a lot better with the patience, because I don't really have a lot of patience. I don't know, I don't know if it's because of how I grew up or whatever. I feel like once I can self-identify, like, what's the main reason why I don't have patience, the easier it'll be for me to work on that. Now, I know everyone's a little different when it comes down to their things, but I feel like once you identify your problem, you can kind of like try to figure out what caused that so I can break that, So mine is patience, but I feel like I'm just not by myself. I feel like as women, we don't have patience for a lot of things. And that's not always good, because in life, you have to be patient, You have to be patient for the things that you want to come your way. Because if you don't, girl, you'll be rushing yourself into some stuff that you don't want to deal with. And I'm telling y'all. So the next thing I want to talk about is showing gratitude. I feel like a lot of times, I don't have a piece of paper I'm looking at, just in case y'all wonder why I keep looking over. Showing gratitude. If you have a man in your life and he's doing everything that he could possibly do to be the best man he could be, girl, show some gratitude to that man. Show him that you appreciate everything that he's done or everything that he's doing. Because a lot of times, we don't let men know that I appreciate everything you're doing. I appreciate how you move, and I appreciate you for being that man to me, for me, that I need. You know what I'm saying? Show some gratitude. Let that man know. Give him his flowers, sis. Okay? I'm not saying put him above the Most High, but I am saying show him some gratitude that you appreciate him for being a man. Especially if you have a good man. Show that man some gratitude, girl. The next thing is let people go. And y'all, this is another one. This is another one. This is another one. Me, myself, and I struggle with is letting people go. And when I say letting people go, I'm not just saying like, you know, anybody. I'm talking about them people that's in your life that's not really trying to help you get to that point where you want to be. Like if you're going through something and you call your friends and your friends not trying to give you them, a little crazy right there. If you're going through something, your friends aren't giving you that loving advice, not that girl fuck that man, leave that man type of advice, because I cannot stand a girl that'll tell you to leave your man when she ain't got a man. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But you know she be wanting a man. I just don't understand it. And when I say, because, you know, for some reasons women might have to leave the situation. But if you know you got a good, righteous man, don't call your friend that ain't got no man. Matter of fact, you might need to evaluate that friend, because that friend right there might not have the best advice. Especially if you realize that friend is always giving you the advice to leave your man. Like, girl, no, this is not your friend, girl. She may try to take your man at the end of the day. But, yeah, show some gratitude, y'all. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of blush, because your girl loves a good blush. Loves a good blush. So, yeah, sometimes you gotta let people go in your life, y'all. Especially those people that are around you that aren't trying to progress in the same way you're trying to progress. And I'm not saying like just all of a sudden one day go ghost. You can gradually do it, you know. You can gradually like let people go out of your life without feeling so good. But I always say try to talk to them and give them the understanding of where you're coming from, so they could try to at least give them an opportunity to meet you. And before you just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna cut them off because I don't think that they're going to change, or I don't think that they're gonna do this. Like, give people an opportunity, you know, before you just start letting them go. But those friends that you notice are never in your corner to congratulate you, never in your corner to boost you when you're in that time or you're in that space of mind to where you should be, you know, getting that type of support. Girl, let people go. Lashes I got off Amazon, they look so good. They look so good, girl. Copy. The next thing is, you know how I told you girls that you need to have more gratitude to that righteous man that you have, or more gratitude to the man that seems as if he's deserving? Y'all need to be more loving. Like, loving that man is literally being that man's peace, not being a headache. Be that man's peace. And I feel like when you be his peace, everything else should be a lot easier, because you're gonna understand. I'm not gonna sit here and argue today with you about this trash. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you today because I'm in my feelings. I understand that you are a man and you've been working hard and you tired, all right? What it look like, I sit here and I bother you and I bug you and I get on your damn nerves all day, and you just got done dealing with them people at your job that's been pissing you off all day. Girl, you don't want to come home and hear that? You don't even want to come home and hear yourself do that. I would hope not. So that's what I mean when I say be that man's peace. And gratitude are two different things. Gratitude is me showing you that, to me, my opinion, gratitude is me showing you that I appreciate you, me telling you I appreciate you. And that does kind of fall under loving you. But I feel like when you say be that man's peace, that's a lot of love, because there's not a lot of peace out here, okay? So, so that's what I mean by that. The next thing is, I want to talk more so about us as women and some of the things that, you know, in 2023, we have to do for ourselves. Of course, we need to make sure that we are being the best woman we can be to that man. But also, we need to realize what kind of woman we want to be for ourselves, you know? I feel like that's important. Like, what kind of woman do you specifically want to be? Being that good woman, how are you being a woman of God? Do you identify the things that you might need to do or change in your actions? So, the thing is, you know, we need to kind of identify the kind of woman that we want to be, you know? And when I say identify the kind of woman you want to be, it's important because the kind of woman you are is the kind of man you attract also. And if you want to be a strong, independent woman, be ready to be alone a lot of the time, because a lot of men aren't going to take that kindly listen to another man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're giving off that very much so masculine energy. And if you say you want to be a woman who is, you know, deserving of certain criteria in life, you need to think about what do you need to do to earn and deserve those type of criteria in life. Like that. And I just feel like as women, we don't really think about stuff like that. We kind of go with the flow most of the time. Like, well, whatever our friends go with is what we go with. And sometimes our friends be dead wrong sus. They do not have the keys because they trying to figure it out themselves. I can't expect for my friend who is the same age as me to have all the answers. I just can't expect her to have all the answers, especially if I know that we're both growing and learning in the same path and we don't really know it all right now. I'm not saying we're not gonna figure it out, but maybe sometimes a lot of the wisdom and understanding to be a good woman, a good wife, those things are not just given to us on a plate, especially not. And I feel like our generation of women, it's just not, you know. I feel like no one really just taught us how to be good women, how to be good mothers, how to be good wives. So a lot of the times we are out here searching, trying to figure it out ourselves. And in the midst of searching and trying to figure it out ourselves, we make a lot of mistakes. We make a lot of mistakes. And I feel like with those mistakes, a lot of times good men are turned away because we are in the process of learning. We are in the process of figuring things out because it wasn't given to us growing up. And that doesn't give us an excuse, but it does make a handicap on us in the future. You know what I'm saying? That does make a handicap on us when we can't identify certain criteria that are just not deserving enough for a good man. Let's just be realistic, you know? And a lot of times, we don't want to admit it, you know? We don't want to admit it. Or the people around us, they don't hold us accountable because they're searching too. They're trying to figure it out. A lot of times we don't have all the answers, and that's okay. Because as long as you are continuously learning more about yourself, ladies, and I feel like the more you learn about yourself and the more you take getting closer to the Most High serious, the easier certain things. I feel like certain things will come to you a lot easier, you know. It's going to still be battles that we're going to deal with, but those are things. Remember, we're rehearsing today so that we can be better when that time comes. And a lot of things that, because I had run out of storage and I hear my child in the background. I am so sorry. And I hear this chair squeaking, but we're not going to let that stop us. So yeah, so I just feel like we have to realize something was in my face. I just feel like, you know, the sooner we realize that we are still figuring out as women and we are still, you know, growing, it'll make everything a lot easier. You won't be beating yourself up. You won't be sitting up at night trying to think about, well, why things aren't going the way that they should go. Baby, everything is in due time and in due season. And that's something that, you know, comes with that patience. You got to have patience to understand that in your season, things will come, things will change. And it just may not be your time right now, sweetie. So continue to grow with your, you know, continue to grow, continue to figure out who you are, the kind of woman you want to be, and what the Most High wants for you. And what's predestinated for you is predestinated for you, baby. Can't no one stop that, you know. But also in 2023, you know, we have some things to do. We got some things to tighten up on, you know. Letting go of those toxic family members, letting go of those toxic friends, letting go of that worldly mindset, you know. So that's pretty much all I have to say, ladies. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, girl, you got it. Don't worry, sweetie. Things will get a lot easier. Don't forget, you know, to like, comment, and subscribe. Today's topic was a lot different than what I thought it was gonna be, but it makes me feel more comfortable this way when I can be who I am to myself, to you guys also. So until next time, I'll talk to you ladies then.